Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell, and like this video for me. That helps me to keep making videos, and I'd appreciate it majorly. So I'm going to change a kitchen sink faucet. I'm under here now. I was just checking to see if it's similar to the one I bought already. It's a Moen, or Moen, I think it's Moen, pronounce Moen. I bought a Delta. I bought a nice cheap version, and that's what I want. The one I bought's a little different than this one. It connects here, and I was going to go back just to stay with a Moen, because I didn't know I had a Moen when I bought the Delta. But I think I'm okay. I'm going to go ahead and try the one I have. It's for a 3 or 4 hole. It has a sprayer. I think they all connect here. All 3 come there. Dude, he's training his dog or something, making videos too at the same time. I think this is about what I need right here. I don't even know what I have at home. I should have checked it, but I wasn't planning on buying this. I just came here to get wood, but I'm going to change the faucet at this property. It's now vacant, so I'm just going to go ahead and get this here, and if it's the wrong one, I try to stay with the same situation, so that it's just easier that way, and you just replicate the way it was. But if it's the wrong one, I'll bring it back, which I'm also, I do that a lot. I'm going to replace the sink. So that's leaking, even with it off. It's leaking, but it's just bad, obviously. So here's my replacement, the Delta, which looks like that. I haven't even opened it yet, but this is the diagram of it, and so the water supplies go up the center, which I believe most or many are like that. The ones down there, it's on the left and right holes. It's a 4-hole. This is for a 4-hole sink. 4-hole sink. That's a 4-hole sink. Need to turn the water supply off to both the hot and cold. This is the hot, I think, over here, and cold there. They haven't been turned off probably in forever, so they're very difficult to turn. Sometimes it helps to grab a towel or a rag, and even that time I had to go like kind of the opposite direction. Got my tools under there, unplug the garbage disposal. Do that before you even get under here. These are already loose. So there's not even one on here. I don't know why. That's just for the sprayer. It's not even, I don't know, how's that thing down? How's this thing being held down? Do these 2 things and the whole assembly should come right out, but it's not like that. I just watched some dude, I think his name is Lane Burrows, who basically was going over the exact same thing. I don't know if he's a plumber or not. I think he is, but maybe not. But he totally identified what I'm looking at. I think there's a nut underneath there that needs to be undone after you undo the supplies and undo the sprayer hose. This is the nut he was talking about, and I will link that guy down in the description. I may have to go get a Moen. I'm not sure. I do believe, though, I think this just is part of the sink, so it is still a 3-4-hole sink. We'll see. I'm going to disassemble it first, but I got issues as well. These are difficult coming off, and I don't want to break the copper. Copper is not that strong. It bends very easily. And I believe I need to maybe spray it with some WD-40 and let it sit just for a few minutes, and let it sort of work on that, because it's not undoing. It's not unscrewing. Partly because the water's so old and it's been hard, and it's been so long since anyone's ever probably since the house was built. I don't have much WD-40 either, anyways. That's going to take a while to work on that, even just 5 or 10 minutes, but let's start with this. this, dude. I don't have a 5/8 inch wrench with me, unfortunately. All right, so that's progress right there. Getting water dripping. I can get the rest of that, definitely. Okay. Now, these guys, I do have a 9/16, and that's what holds this into place. This is the toughest one, and I don't want to break this stuff, man. Got it. That's totally WD-40. Totally. So, and then it's gonna have, at least I got that. All right, I'm making progress. I got now pull it out. It's out. I have to study it and probably open that and see if I can use that. Clean that up. CLR, which is in there, some green stuff, which is great for cleaning this stuff up. But I'm making progress. I was looking a little dicey there for a second. This is it right there. That's the thing that the dude was talking about. That's that 5/8 inch nut, which was screwed onto here. The sprayer hose was screwed onto here as well. Sticking with the Delta faucet, this is what I'm going with right here. I mean, it's okay. It'll do the trick. You know, it's just not a real beefy. It's a little light, but it'll be just fine. It's the 10901 Larry Frank. I think the 10900 is without the spray hose. It's for a 4-hole sink. I have a 4-hole sink. You've got the faucet with the hot and the cold, and the connection for the sprayer, which more or less just clicks into place. You don't have to screw anything. And it's got some gaskets on there. It says to ensure gasket is properly placed underneath the escutcheon. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Align tabs and tabs on quick connects. Push quick connects firmly up and snap onto receiving tube tab. Pull down moderately to ensure each connection has been made. I'll do that when I'm underneath. Most of this, I'll do this when I'm underneath. Teflon tape, sprayer, the connection for this, the thing to hold it in place on the 4th hole, and plumber's putty. And these will hold down, these connections here. Obviously, those two will go right there. Plumber's putty. I'll get that ready in a second. It's very simple to basically. It's not messy at all. You kind of just roll it into a very thin, long enough to go all the way around this giant oval underneath the plastic part. Put it on there, get underneath and tighten it down, and that'll squeeze out all the excess, and you can come up afterwards and just pull it away pretty much. Maybe take some kind of an edge and just go around it once more. But that's what we're looking at. The Teflon tape, I'll do that when I'm underneath. I don't know that it needs a whole lot of explanation. You just wrap it around the threads a few times. This is the most newest version. It's gray, which threw me off a little bit. I don't like change. But supposedly that's the better, and I think you have to go around less times for that. So let me get under there and get to it and see if it works when I'm done. You take the plumber's putty and kind of just make a long, like sausage, or almost like you're making like gavadil, like in Godfather 3, where Sonny's illegitimate son is with his cousin Michael's daughter, and they're both doing it on the kitchen table counter thing there. My mother's full Italian, so I know what gavadil is. And then you just put it right underneath the sink. I already got a portion of it under there, and you just do it all the way around. When I get underneath there and tighten it, it'll just squeeze right out. And there'll be a tiny little layer underneath there. I'm going to go ahead and put these guys on. Hopefully you can see that. Try not to move it because it's centered the way I kind of like it. And I wrapped the Teflon tape around there about 4 times. That might have been one time, 4 or 5 times. That might have been one time too many, I don't know. This is a little tricky. I have to be careful. I just want to screw this on well and do it right the first time because I'm not going to do it again. You have to hold it. I am using a 1/2 inch. It doesn't fit perfectly on this thing, but it does hold it in place. And see that? The hexa nuts are on there pretty tightly. It's a little tricky to do, you know, because you got to hold this in one hand, hold the those pliers, plumber's pliers, what are they, channel lock pliers, you know, in a certain position, and just do it a little at a time without breaking anything. Now I'm going to put the hose on, and I want this these little clips. They're both one on each side. You can't see the other side, and line it up with the clips that are on the sides of that right there. We'll do that right now, and then I'll go and turn the water back on and test it, man, and then hopefully there's no leaking. So, and in case, if you can see, there's little slots on each side just for those two things. It should snap right in place. There it goes. So it's pulled down a little bit, you know, and it's on there good. Time to turn the water on and test it. Turning the water on. And I'm going to turn the water on the faucet in a second and test it. That's not the real test, though. It's just kicking the air out. It's hot. That looks good. The real test is when I get underneath there and see if there's any beating up or leaking, which would mean I'll have to tighten it up or whatever. It looks pretty good so far though. And I'll even take it and then I'll cut away. Yeah, I'm looking pretty good. Let me get under there and double check. I am looking quite good. I do not see any kind of moisture beating up around there. And I can even double check my camera. I can't see over there, and you can. I'll watch it myself, obviously. But it looks pretty good. I don't see anything. I look good. And I felt pretty confident about it. Now I'm just going to pull that plumber's putty away, with a blade or just scrape it away. And I'm done. Pulling the plumber's putty away. A lot of times you can just pull it, man, and it'll come just right off like so. You won't even need to scrape. It's real hot in here, so it's a little sticky. And I can tell I made that pretty tight. I can't even see any plumber's putty, like a line of it on the bottom. That looks good, man. That's good. That is problem solved. Sink, faucet, kitchen sink faucet change from a Moen to a Delta 4-hole sink. Done. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.